So I at like 16 years old, betting 5,000 a game,
Yeah.
20 a day, 30 games a day. And eventually I ended up losing like 70,000 in 1 week, and I didn't have all the money. So yeah, I ended up over, not having enough money to pay him. And yeah, there was a big beef over that.
So when you got that phone call from him about the money, what's going through your head?
Well, I'm a young kid, and you hear all these, they're older, I'm young, I'm still a wild, crazy kid, but I'm only 16 years old.
Yeah.
Part of the Mafia.
Yeah.
So, he just called up, as any street guy would, wanting their money. He's kind of, if it was me back doing it, if I'm an older guy, I wouldn't be calling a 16-year-old kid up, threatening him for his money and this and that. I just want to, you just don't do that. First of all, you don't let a 16-year-old kid bet $5,000 a game.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, where am I getting the money? The reason they did, because they knew my father had a successful $1 million business, and they knew if I lost 100,000, they could go to my father, which I would like to kill them back then. I wanted to kill him. I actually tried to kill him back in the day, because I would never let my father pay a debt for me.
Yeah.
You think like, because I lost, you're going to go to my father. I would have killed him if that was the case.
And so what was it? It was your father's friendship with, was it Al Bruno and Anthony Delavo that kind of got you out of that mess?
No, so they had all kinds of sit downs. So they were all thinking that it was my father's money.
Yeah.
My father, because he was a big bettor. So they thought he was in back of me betting those games for 5,000 a game. So that's what they were trying, to come in. Anthony came in, slapped me a couple times. They were trying to force me to say it was, it was my father was partners with me.
Yeah.
And then that's the case. My father's got to pay the money.
Mm-hmm. All right, so to go into a little bit to kind of the history of, I think, because a lot of people, everybody focuses on New York and Boston, Chicago. They never really, why is it that Connecticut in Western Mass, they don't get that recognition? Because there was a lot of wild stuff that went on in between Connecticut and Mass.
Yeah, they never get the recognition. It's a smaller news media. Mm-hmm. Smaller cities, doesn't get the national news. It gets all the local, like when you're out in Hartford and all those guys were